Some breaking news out of the Department of Justice, and we had the opportunity here in the last minute to bring in our good friend Eric Dreiband, Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Rights Division at the Department of Justice. Yesterday, they were a part of filing a lawsuit in Vermont to protect health care workers from being forced to perform abortions. Eric, welcome back to Washington Watch.
Tony, thank you for having me back. It's a pleasure to be here.
Can I just say, you guys never stop, and I'm so encouraged by that. You keep defending the rights of people to go to church, of healthcare workers not to have to violate their faith and be forced to perform abortions. I mean, this is, I've been involved in government for like 25 years. This is so refreshing and encouraging to see that you guys just will not let up on upholding these basic civil rights.
Well, thank you, Tony. These are important to us as well as the President and Attorney General Barr, and we will continue as fighting for the right to religious freedom as long as we can. And it is critically important to our country and to the people involved.
All right, give our listeners the details of this particular case in Vermont.
Yeah, so there's a nurse who worked at a health or medical center, the University of Vermont Medical Center in Vermont. She, for religious reasons, was and is opposed to participating in abortions. She expressed that point of view to the University of Vermont Medical Center and the staff there. They all knew it. They knew she did not want to participate. And yet the medical center, we allege, and are prepared to prove, that they deliberately scheduled her to assist with an elective abortion at the same time while they misled her to believe that the procedure did not involve abortion. So she shows up thinking she's helping with a procedure unrelated to abortion. She gets in the surgical room, and she's told she better perform or help assist the abortion, and if not, her job is in jeopardy. And I think she then filed a complaint with the United States Department of Health and Human Services. Their Office of Civil Rights investigated the case, and they concluded this was a violation of a law called the Church Amendment, and then they referred the case over to us, and yesterday we filed a lawsuit on her behalf, and not just her, anyone else at the University of Vermont Medical Center who is being treated this way.
Yeah, let me make sure I get this straight, Eric. So they knew that this nurse had a moral issue with abortion, and so they intentionally structured it so she would be forced to be in the room where the procedure was being conducted and would have to be a party to it and told she had to do it. So this wasn't like it just happened. She happened to be the only nurse there and this came about. And so, she had to render, services to aid with this. This wasn't done intentionally. This is egregious.
This was, let me clarify. We only are making allegations. But we are prepared to prove these exact allegations in a federal court in Vermont, and we have filed our complaint yesterday. Yes, we are alleging that this was an intentional, deceptive endeavor to force this individual to violate her religious objection to participating in abortions. And I think, Tony, that kind of dishonesty, as well as that kind of lack of respect for her religion and her religious faith, goes against everything this country stands for. At a minimum, no one in this country should ever be forced to participate in an abortion when it violates their religion or their moral objections. And in fact, more than that, doing so violates federal law.
Yeah, that's outrageous. Now, Eric, I know you're an attorney. You're very precise at what you do, but is this something that you think happens more? I mean, is this just a one-off? This is a rare occasion, or do you think that there are workers out there, nurses, healthcare workers out there, that live under this type of burden that they might be forced to do this because they're in a hostile environment?
Well, it does happen, and in fact, at the University of Vermont, we are alleging that this is part of an overall pattern by the defendant in that case to do it not just to this individual on one occasion, but to do it over and over and over. How much other institutions are doing it is not entirely clear to me. I'm sure, we live in a country of 300 million people or more, and I'm sure it's happening elsewhere. And one of the things that we're hoping is that by bringing this lawsuit and pointing out the federal law protections that are in place for people of faith or people who have moral objections to participating in abortion, that others will come forward to the Department of Health and Human Services or the Department of Justice if this is happening to them, so that we can put a stop to this to the extent it's happening elsewhere.
Wow. Well, once again, Eric Dreiband, I salute you and your team there at the Department of Justice, just doing outstanding work. Thanks so much for doing it, and thanks for stopping by today and filling us in on it.
Well, thank you, Tony, and Merry Christmas.